So this is brave. This is Louay Ahmed, who is a Yemenite former Islamist who now is a big supporter of Israel. And he goes to, I believe it's a campus with a big sign that says, "I'm an Arab Muslim who supports Israel. Ask me anything." Have a watch.
I'm an Arab Muslim who supports Israel. Let's see what people think about that.
So it says you support Israel. How so?
There are more than 53 Muslim countries. There are more than 63 Christian countries. There's only one Jewish country. So why would I not support the only Jewish country that exists?
Just because Hamas.
Because they can't even have one, that's why. There's so many Arab countries, and they say, yeah, what about the Palestinians? One, they've got their own country already. It's called Jordan, majority Palestinian Arab. Secondly, they consider themselves, in the PLO's, Palestinian Liberation Organization's founding charter, they say we consider ourselves an inseparable part of the Arab nation, meaning they don't see themselves as a distinct identity. So if you're part of the Arab nation, you've got plenty of countries to choose from. You don't need a distinct national self-determination.
Hamas has attacked whatever Israel is doing is okay. I think what Israel wants is to just remove Palestine from the global map.
Can you define genocide for me? What does genocide mean?
It's a planned killing of a community.
Whoops.
Of an ethnic culture.
Genocide actually means killing a large amount of people with intention to get rid of them. Do you think that's what Israel is doing?
Yeah.
Has Israel killed millions of Palestinians?
Yeah.
Millions of Palestinians.
Over time, since 1947, yes.
That's actually not true. Saudi Arabia and the Iranian regime have killed 500,000 Yemenis, people from my country, in the past 10 years. So if we're just going to play the numbers, then Saudi Arabia has committed genocide in Yemen. But you don't want to get rid of them, but you want to get rid of Israel.
I never not wanted them to have a country. I'm against Zionism.
What is Zionism? You know that you're a Zionist because you literally said that you believe that Jews should have a country. That's what Zionism means.
Staring into space, thinking, my whole life is coming into question now. It's insane, by the way. You know, she says, millions have been killed over the years. No, there's been more Arabs that have been killed in the Syrian civil war in the last 10 years than have been killed in the entire Israeli-Arab conflict since 1948. Do you know how many millions were killed in the war that created independence for India and Pakistan, that distinguished the line? How many millions of people that were raped, killed, and displaced? Many, many millions. You're dealing with hundreds of thousands maximum in terms of casualties in the Israeli-Arab conflict since 1948. It's just bizarre that people just have these views without being able to justify them in basic facts. It doesn't take much to look these things up. You really just have to do a search on, easier than Google now, ChatGPT, and it'll give you that info.
The situation can be resolved in a peaceful way.
But do you think you can negotiate with terrorists who literally try to kill all Jews?
I don't think that Israel's been trying hard enough.
We just got to try harder to negotiate with modern-day Nazis. Just try harder. I know they want to kill you, but can't you meet them halfway?
Tried to negotiate the hostage deal with Hamas, but it didn't work out.
That hostage deal went sour when Israel let them take the hostages.
Israel didn't let them take the hostages.
No,
they just stole the hostages.
Would you be critical of the scale of civilian death and suffering in Gaza today?
When it comes to Hamas, which is what the Israeli government is trying to eradicate, they are the ones who are using Palestinians as human shields. And they are the ones who are responsible for the fact that so many people are dying. They're not going out and fighting. They are hiding under tunnels, and they're hiding in schools and mosques. And when Israel wants to get to them, eventually and tragically, a lot of people die. And people do not understand this complexity in this war. They push past it and just mention the numbers of people who died and call Israelis and Jews genocidal. Where were all of these protests when literally more Yemenis were killed every single year? It's specifically Israel that triggers people to go out on the street and condemn the war.
Yeah, you're right. There are humanitarian crises and tragedies the world over. They're attacking place for no reason. I feel like
For no reason? Was October 7 not a reason to defend themselves?
What happened October 7th?
Hamas, a terror organization, went into Israel, killed 1,200 Israelis and Jews, and kidnapped 200 Israelis and told the Israelis that we're not going to give you back your people.
There's no point in attacking a full group of people.
But what would you do Jews.
They're not. I mean, they're trying to go after Hamas in the most surgically precise way in the history of urban warfare. But, okay, they're going after everyone, apparently.
Someone kidnapped your whole family and were hiding under tunnels. Wouldn't you try to attack them and get your family back? Or would you just sit back at home and just wait?
But
But
I'll go above and beyond for that person.
I think if the terrorist proxies, if they don't give up and realize that they're losing the war that they're starting, then more Arabs and more Iranians and more Yemenis are going to die, and more Gazans, obviously.
I'm a teacher, so you made education is a way to end it up. I understand that Israel must defend itself. We're just praying for the
Oh, sorry.
best.
I don't know if it's anger or hatred, but there was certainly fear that I felt whenever I crossed paths with the Jews.
Why?
Because I thought they are judging me, because I thought they hate me.
I used to hate
No.
Jewish people. I denied the Holocaust until I met Jews. Have you ever met a Jew? Exactly. And I do
Wow.
think you should talk to Jewish people. You will be so surprised at how awesome they are.
I feel like Jews and Muslims have a lot in common.
Yes,
Yes.
they do.
So I just hope that this ends soon.
I hope that too. It was lovely talking to you. Have a very beautiful day.
You too.
Wow. I'm quite moved by that, actually. There's a few reasons I'm moved by that. The first thing is that it shows that actually a lot of the hostility to Israel is just based on ignorance, not deep-seated hatred, for the most part. And that's a good thing, because it means that you can actually replace ignorance with understanding. You can demystify Israel, Jews, and all of that. But the second thing that I found even more moving was that she'd never met a Jew before, and she felt this fear about Jews, and that I find really sad, because the Jewish people were the first group of people to teach the world about the idea of world peace as an ideal. That was first articulated by Isaiah. Nation shall not live sword against nation, neither shall they practice war anymore. It was the Torah, the Jewish people who first brought to this world the idea of the brotherhood of man, that one day nations shall all come together in brotherhood and unity and peace. So the fact that Israel's going to war against certain groups of people, that's because we also taught the idea of you have to protect your people and you have to disincentivize bad people from doing bad things. But the thing I'm moved most about is that she said despite that, despite having this concern about Jews, she still felt in her heart that we have so much in common, that we should actually come together. And she's right. And that is actually what the future holds. Because certainly from a Jewish philosophical standpoint, but also from a common sense standpoint, there is so much that the Jewish people and Muslims and the Arab world have in common. If they can simply accept the fact that Israel is the land of the Jewish people, and that the Arabs, the Arab nation, have so much more land and resources, and they've been blessed by God with so much, and that they can embrace that, but also accept the Jewish people as having their particular plot of land and particular role in this world, then so much good can come, because at its core, the Jewish people's mission is a godly one. To bring the voice of God into the world, to transmit that to the entire world, which means that all the world are relevant in that plan. Because an emissary is only necessary if they need to transmit a message to someone. And the Arab world, the Middle Eastern world, is a deeply God-centric region. And so who could be better partners than Arabs and Jews in such a joint mission? And so this video actually I find to be very, very hopeful. And I think it bodes well for the future and what the future has in store. If you've made it so far in this video, I have a request for you. JTV has been having a really big impact in spreading the truth about Israel and creating positive associations with the Jewish people, Judaism, and Israel. We've really grown a lot, particularly in the last year, and we're having a really significant impact, both for Jews and non-Jews. But I really want to take JTV to the next level so we can start to compete with the other big online media beasts that are often peddling anti-Israel content. And the way we're going to do that is to scale even faster. So I'd love to build a team where we have other presenters doing shows like me. Let's start doing documentaries, supplementary content, animated content, etc., etc. And to do that, I'd like to build a bit of a team. So what we're going to do is we're going to do one fundraising day, just one, where we try and build up some funding in order to fund such a team. Now, to do that, it's going to obviously require people to get involved. And I'm wondering if you would consider, if you're watching JTV content and appreciate what we do and want to help partner with us in taking this to the next level and spreading the truth farther and wider than ever before, I wonder if you'd consider partnering with us simply by running a mini page on the fundraiser that we do, where you just reach out to your contacts on that day that we choose to fundraise and see if they'll all chip in. If you'd be up for doing that, of which I would be so grateful, then please click on the Google form link in the video description of this video, where you can simply just put in a few contact details. It'll be a very small commitment, as I say, literally just one day that we'll all agree upon as a collective community. But the impact is going to be so big. There's such strength in numbers. If we all pull together and do this, we can take this to the next level. And as I say, all of us can partner together in bringing and spreading the truth to the whole world. So please do consider clicking on that link, filling in the form, and I'll be in touch very soon to talk about the next steps. Small commitment, but a big impact. Hi, thank you so much for watching. To watch another one, click here. To stay up to date with all our content, click here to subscribe. And if you're able to, you can help support JTV to grow and grow by clicking join below this video, where you can become a member and get perks including early access to videos and private live discussions with me. But most of all, you'll be partnering with us on our mission to change the world.